arcade isometric action RPG beat 'em up. Not a combination of flavors you would imagine would taste great together, but leave it to Taito to deliver a tasty morsel called Dungeon Magic, which we're going to be looking at today. Originally an arcade title, as I mentioned, they ported it to the Taito Legends 2, where we'll be playing it today. So without further ado, let's take a look at exactly how magical this dungeon is. There is a story here, a simple one at that, but still a story. Your goal is to save a princess from an evil sorcerer that wants to sacrifice her to summon a demon. It's nothing special, but few arcade games have any story at all, so it's a step up from most of its contemporaries at least. So let's talk gameplay. The game is essentially an isometric beat-em-up, where you have to beat down enemies in self-contained rooms in order to move forward. To that end, the controls are dirt simple. The joystick or D-pad moves, one button attacks and the other jumps. And if you push them together, you get a super powerful character-specific attack for a limited number of times per life. The only other control feature is the fact that you can hold the attack button to charge up a super powerful special attack. It's a cool feature. What makes this game stand out, however, are its quirks. First, the game progresses room by room, and each room has its own time limit. Take too long and ghosts start spawning. If the timer completely expires, you straight up lose a life. The catch is, the game rewards exploration, as not only can you find useful weapons, power-ups, and life-restoring items strewn about each room, but you can also find treasure, which grants experience points. Get enough and you level up, making you hit harder and faster. So you have to balance clearing out monsters, searching for loot, and moving on in a timely fashion. Adding a second player, or more if you're rocking the arcade machine, and it becomes a competition for loot, making for an interesting multiplayer experience. Even better, the game throws in simple puzzles and traps to break up the repetition. The game also is just the right length, not running so long that the gameplay grows stale or repetitive. Even better, each character is pretty unique, so even if you've beaten it, it can be fun to try out another of the 4 characters. Finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the bosses, which are few in number but unique and challenging. The graphics are detailed and colorful. The monsters and character designs aren't terribly inspired, mind you, but they look fine. Even better, the game does a good job of arranging objects in a way that won't confuse you due to the perspective. It seems like a small thing, but you would be amazed how many isometric games screw this aspect up. The sound design is incredibly generic but fitting. It does its job, you just won't be humming any of the music later. There are a couple of flaws in the game, but they're really minor complaints. Sometimes placing boxes exactly right can be a pain due to the perspective, but this is only done to get bonus items at least. Also, the small bit of platforming you have to do isn't very fun, but that's about it, and believe me, there's very few platforming segments, so all in all, there's little to complain about. If you can get past the stupid name, Dungeon Magic is an amazingly fun arcade experience. Yeah, sure, it's not exactly the most well-known title out there, but if you're looking for an overlooked gem that was nearly left in the arcades to rot, then look no further. It's worth the price of admission for this collection alone, and believe me, this collection is not expensive at all. And you get stuff like Puzzle Bobble 2 on it. Score! So anyway, get this for Dungeon Magic and other stuff. Maybe we'll look at other stuff on this collection later on too. But regardless, for now, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time we do one of these. Catch you later.